So today we are in Broad Alban, New York, and we're starting a brand new project. We actually were going to start this a couple of days ago, but the excavator's been hauling tons of soil in.
It is day 7 in Broad Alban, New York on this big pond, and we took a long weekend and we are back. We had 4 days off, right Jay? We all had a good weekend.
We did.
And now we got to get back to work. So Thursday we rocked in this pond. We got a big portion of it done. So we set all of these, a lot of these smaller boulders on the top we kind of set in. We tucked this edge here, which we had a Tech Tip Tuesday on, that it's gonna come out at some point.
So we've got our liner stretched out here. We're gonna be using 12 aqua blocks and 2 pondless vaults. So what we did is we stretched out that liner. We know we need an area 64 inches by 81 inches to make the 12 aqua blocks work. So we stretched out our liner to make sure we had that. We've got plenty of liner. There's even extra. So we're gonna pull that liner back, get this marked out, and start digging. So we marked out for this bay area. We determined we needed a 64 by 81 inch area in order to fit this bay area in. But we always want to over dig, so we ended up digging it 8 foot by 7 foot, and then we kind of cocked it at an angle. So it don't just look like a square when it's all said and done. So we turned it back into this corner a little, just to make it a little more interesting. So the guys right now are cleaning up the area we dug for the bay area. We're getting all them little rocks out, everything out of there. Then we will pad that with rock pad and lay our liner down. This is the start of day 8. Yesterday, we got our entrance to our stream set. We had to seam some liner on the back side of that to make sure we didn't have any issues with having enough liner there. So we've got it, liner seamed on, a 20 by 15 piece, and it should bring us back to that next elevation drop, which would be great. We seamed another piece of liner on our other stream entrance over on this side as well. We got our bay area dug out yesterday morning. We used 2 vaults. We'll be using 4 pumps on this. We used 12 aqua blocks and we started rocking that as well. So our plans today are to finish that bay area and get working on these streams. So right now I'm bulk fitting this liner. We're coming right out of the pondless vault. The reason we're doing this is it gives it a nice clean look and it's more professional.
Okay, so it is the end of the day, and today was a really hot day. It was like 90, low 90s the whole day, so it was a little rough. We're all pretty tired, but I'm gonna show you what we got going on and what we did today. So this is the waterfall we did today, this afternoon mainly. We had this rock and this rock, which are huge. Our machine couldn't pick it up, so we also have a rental, which my father's in down there picking rock out of the woods with. So we brought that up the driveway in here and set those 2 rocks with it because that would not lift it. So those were really big, and that was a challenge. It took us a while, and we actually had this rock. We had 1 strap going to the rental machine and then another strap on that side going to that machine. So we had to use 2 machines to pick it up and move it. But then we got this wear rock in, and then these 2 in, and then Jason, like we were saying, was seeing that piece on just because we were a little concerned, so we wanted that up just in case. Earlier in the afternoon, me and Jason started to work this edge a little. You can see we didn't get a ton done because we started working on that more with my father, Kyle. But we got this tucked here. We got this pit basically all rocked in.
So today is the start of day 9. Yesterday we worked on the entrance to both of our streams. We also worked on our bay area where Kyle's standing right now. We got that rocked in, and we're doing our elevation changes now. I shouldn't say we're doing it. We're working on our elevation changes. We want to make sure, because we're not going to be able to get around this when we're done, we want to make sure that everything's graded off the way it should be before we leave, like this particular area. So today we're going to focus on doing that and then building more of our stream. So yesterday when we worked on this entranceway, check these out. We'll get water off of that, and we're going to get it almost like a canyon falls right through here. Water will come from this direction up here. This will be a pooling area. We're going to get another drop up in that area, and then our wetland will be up top. This is the start of day 10, I believe it is, 10 or 11. It's just me and Kyle today. We are going to focus on getting all edges of this pond buttoned up, except for that entrance to this waterfalls. We finished up last Friday, pretty much finished up this waterfalls here. We got everything sealed with the exception of our, at the very, very top, our pooling area. To give you a look at that here. And our plan today is to finish this pooling area, with hoping weather allows us to. We're getting a break in the action right now in this rain. We are going to try to get this area here sealed up. We have to put a bib liner in there in order to seal this. Then we're going to bulk fit the back of this, and these this area here and here. We're going to be dumping 2 3-inch lines in, which will be running 9 PL pumps to them lines. So really going to get a great amount of water through this area. It all look cool. Check it out. I'm not going to tell you where water's running and everything. You'll have to stay tuned till the end of the video for that. But it's going to be cool. Like we've mentioned earlier in the videos, this customer really likes lights. He likes everything lit up well. So Kyle went through on Friday, and he's got the stream lit up with many of 3-watt lights, so it should be lit up very well. After we finish that pooling area up there, we're going to be putting a 7 foot by 10 foot wetland in this area here. We're going to get that dug in today with all the components, liner, gravel, and whatnot.
We got this side stream fairly well all buttoned up. We're going to start digging our wetland filtration and using this soil to help backfill the backside of this stream, as well as raise the grade all through here.
The start of day 11. Yesterday we got this pit dug for our wetland filter. We've installed 20 small aqua blocks. We've got our centipede and our snorkel installed as well. We've got our 3-inch pipe attached to this, which we're going to be running a 9 PL pump to. The first thing we're going to do today is we've got to cut some underlayment to run along sides of this to protect that liner. We've got rock pad underneath the liner, and then we've got underlayment underneath all the aqua blocks and the components to protect the liner from the components. Not that there's anything that would really cut it, but hey, let's be safe. So that's what we're doing. Kyle's going to cut a little more underlayment right now for these sides, and then we're going to put our first layer is going to be cobble. So we're going to put a thin layer of cobble over this. It's going to lock these sides in, and then it's going to be our first layer of filtration for our rocks. And then we're going to put a thin layer of gravel over that, and then we're going to start rocking it. So this is, I believe, the start of day 12. We have finished our streams. They are both up and running. Today we want to finish plumbing our jets. We are going to run our overflow, and then we are going to hook up our pump that'll pump water out from underneath the liner, which we still don't have power here. So we've been using an even bigger generator now. Kyle, since I have you here, you did all the sealing and set most of the rock, you and Al, on this stream. How do you think everything went?
I think it went good. Everything turned out to my liking incredibly. I think the customers are happy. That's the main part that's important, but everything else I think went smooth, and it was a fun project, that's for sure. We've got a lot to do still, but it was fun.
So Kyle right now is getting everything out of this area, you know, everything we need to build the pond. But we're going to be clearing this area in here of all that lower brush. There's going to be a seating area in there, and we're going to clear a little at a time. We'll find out from the homeowners how much they want cleared, you know, because they're kind of debating on whether or not they want to keep these hemlock trees there or not. So we're going to clear a little bit at a time, and then we'll go from there. So Kyle's getting everything out of there. After that, we've got 20 lights in here. The smallest light is a 3-watt light. The customer really wanted this water feature lit up quite a bit. So Kyle's going to go through and hook up all them lights today. We'll get the transformer hooked up and check out all them lights later. Meanwhile, Al's going to get some rock walls set on the back end. We're hauling in most likely 7 more loads of soil to back up this water feature. I mean, this looks great here, but on the back side of that, I'll show you, it just starts dropping right off. So we want this to look as natural as we can. So we want to grade this off gradually. We're going to leave a path so the customer can get around this with a lawnmower or a little tractor. He's got a gator that he uses all the time, and he wants to be able to get around it. So we'll leave a little path, but this is what I'm talking about with it dropping off here. We want to make that like a nice gradual drop off. We are going to be planting this with trees and stuff in the background here, so we really can't have that just drop off like that. The trees would have to be super tall to get up there. So that's what we're doing today. We'll keep you updated every day on how everything's going.